What is it?
You come to buy.
Is it done? Is Captain Dunverrill defeated? It is well. You've proven the strength of my great house, and you brought my son home safely. I now name you the Hand of Dres, and offer you my aid, should you need it in the future. To their friends, the Dres are generous. Well done, my ally. Always remember you have the ear of this Dres Grand Master should you need it.
Keep your teeth sharp.
another break?
Welcome back to the fight, my friend. This mountain's been rumbling for hours, and we're stuck out here, blades in our hands, and no one to stab. So, did you get the key from the Grandmaster at Kragenmoor? Now that you're here, we'll take the fight to the mountain. To Tanvor. He's already inside. After he disabled the ward, Walks-in Ash managed to get some troops inside. The ward came back up almost immediately afterward. Damn that old dark elf's hide. Shore's bones. What would we do without you? Bring down the ward and I'll lead the boys in. Go on ahead and find Walks-in Ash. These ward stones are the only thing stopping us. Disable them if you can. I've been better, my friend. Tanvor and I have been shield brothers since the war, but Kain saved me. I might have to kill him to stop him. I don't want to think about it.
Our allies have broken through. Press the attack!
The storm rages, but here I am, out of the rain. How goes the battle, my friend? The old protective wards have been restored. We swim against a current that is too strong. Zuth, you're the sun on my scales. The first ward is beneath the ruins just ahead. Other wards are in other ruins, along the approach to the spire. Go swiftly and may the wind be at your back.
From the side!
Thanks, now!
My friend, I see you've come to stop me. Thank Vivek you're here. Daedra, down in the caldera. We tried to push past them. We failed. I'm lucky to be alive. I know that now. Sadal summoned the Daedra the moment we arrived. Even with the artifact, I can't control him. One final ward remains. Your key won't work. To disable the ward, you'll need to slay an ancient gatekeeper lurking in the caldera. Summon her at the ritual bowl below us. And listen, I am sorry, my friend. The gatekeeper is the only thing standing in our way. You know why, my friend. The death of my son, Garin. I couldn't bear it. Vivek knows. When I was younger, I had trouble with my anger. It still plagues me. Yes, I should have known. The destruction near Darvan's watch, my dishonorable orders to the Vanguard, my shame at Fort Virac. I will never be able to atone. I'm sorry, my friend. With the final ward down, the way is clear. Fortunately, Walks in Ash has restored some measure of my strength. Yes, by Vivek. Sadal is trapped between this realm and oblivion. With the final ward down, his prison is vulnerable. Now we can strike. We'll undo the mistakes of House Indoril. The mages who first imprisoned Sadal linger here. The portal to Sadal's realm will not open without their aid. I believe they are angry with me. Speak with them, my friend. Perhaps you can earn their trust. One awaits you on the platform in the center of the caldera. Vivek, walk with you.
You bring chaos and destruction to our ordered afterlife. Why are you here? You intrude where you have no place. You weaken the rites it took dozens of mages to craft. Are you insane, mortal? Perhaps, but spell casting of this magnitude requires planning, patience, and perfect execution. You persist. Very well. We used 3 focus stones in our binding ritual. Obtain the focus stone of flame from the southern rim of the caldera. Mind the lava. You look quite flammable. You return. Do you, indeed? Perhaps you aren't as short-sighted as that arrogant Indoril Grand Master. Seek out the spirit of Levisi Gilvain. She was with us during the binding of Sadal. She waits for you now on the stairs above the caldera.
What do you seek, mortal? Trial and error is the essence of spell casting. Many attempts are necessary before a spell succeeds. Some never succeed. We shall see. Submit to the trials. I'll teleport you to the top of Caldera. Simply retrieve the focus stone at the back of the nearby cave. You'll need to follow the spells we took to contain Sadal. Are you ready? Return with the stone, or we have nothing more to discuss. Follow the magical steps we used to bind Saddam. Ready to begin your next test? This is the path you must take to bind Sadal. It's neither easy nor straightforward, rather like your mortal lives. I find myself almost impressed, but before the way to Sadal's prison opens, there is another test. My colleague guards the final focus stone. Are you ready?
You again? Again, I find myself talking to you. Very well. As you've already seen, completing a complex spell requires precision. Controlling the ebb and flow of magicka is the heart of spellcraft. The cave behind you holds the final focus stone. To reach it, you must understand the ebb and flow of magic. You represent all living mortals here. Try not to embarrass yourself. Your results? So you do. Unlike the Grand Master, you've proven you can act with planning, patience, and courage. Now, with our aid, you can reforge Sadal's bindings. We'll return to the caldera. Place the foci around the caldera platform. The other mages and I will take it from there.
The three, you've done it! Holgan, Walks in Ash, the Vanguard, and myself will follow you into oblivion and beyond. Garin trusted you. Only wish I had done the same. A word with you before we enter the portal. We're here because of me. So many have died. I've shamed myself and my house. There's no guarantee we'll survive what comes next. Whether we do or not, you must promise me something. If I survive, I'm resigning my position. After me, Holgan is to be the commander of our forces in Stonefalls. The houses will have to promote another Dark Elf to my old position. Until then, Holgan is the only one I trust to safeguard the Pact. Hold the portal. We don't want to be trapped here.
Weaklings! You think to enter my realm?
Pretty confident, isn't he?
Burn! Burn in flames!
Those poor creatures. May their souls find soft mud wallows.
Kind preserve us.
Another ward. Can you open it?
Looks like it's just us. Stay close.
Lovely.
Fire will consume you. The needs are naught but dust and ash. Now you will join them. Scorch! Scorch and melt! Stone falls will burn!
Stand clear of the flames. Coralhard can break his shield. Defend me!
Protect Tarnval.
Now, hold the pack!
Ease, Gramor.
Hold back! I need a moment to rest.
Cut those skeletons down. Don't let them reach
Tarnval.
We'll never break him! Finish it! Finish what we started!
Tarnval, what are you doing?
Summon the Guardians. Open a portal. Time to get out of here.
Tarnval, we'll see you in Sovngarde, my shield brother.
we're safe. I would prefer not to do that again. The Brothers of Strife are imprisoned. The storm is past. The spire is silent again. It is over, at least for now. He returned to wisdom at the end. Holgan will grumble, but he will lead. At least until the great houses choose another. As for me, I must return to my tribe. I will bask in the sun and try not to think of storms. Stay moist, my friend.
Honor to you, my friend. I had to say farewell. The honor of my house has been restored. Stone Falls is safe, and soon Garin and I will be side by side. May the three watch over you.
My shield brother is gone. He died as well as anyone could. Let's return to Kraganmore and drink to his memory. He what? Kine, take him, wherever he is. I'm sure the old bastard is laughing at me. Imagine, leading the military here alone. I suppose I should thank you, my friend. Without you, well, I hope to see you again before we meet at Sovngarde.
Believe this. I just arrived from Deshan. Dethisum sent me. Perhaps you've heard of him? He's the consul for the town of Circamora, the Cirque. I'm here to spread the word and warn people about the Lodos Plague. It is a terrible sickness that is ravaging the Deshan countryside. Look, I need to send word to my cousin Dandri. You can find her at the Cirque. Can you take this letter to my cousin? I'd appreciate it. Thanks for your help. Make sure you tell my cousin that I'm all right. If you head south, you won't be able to miss the Cirque. Tell her I'll return home as soon as I'm able. It's pretty bad. People all over the region are getting sick. And they say that the plague turns the afflicted into monsters. The town consul, Dethisum, sent me to get help and warn other settlements about the plague. Well, truth be told, you're the first person, other than the bandits I've run into, and the afflicted heading for the Cirque. There's a lot of them. Word of the curative has spread faster than the plague itself, as far as I can tell. That's what the Mulbund claim. They showed up at the Cirque and set up a quarantine. They're offering their curative to anyone who wants it. But Tethysum isn't convinced they're telling us the whole truth. Bandits. They robbed me, roughed me up. But I'll live. And a few bruises won't stop me. I have a plague to warn people about. I wonder, though. One of the bandits had a Mulborn recruiting letter. I saw it sticking out of his pack as he beat me. Tethysum doesn't trust them. Neither does his sister, Arona, as far as I can tell. They do appear to be too good to be true. But they claim to be able to cure anyone afflicted with the plague. That's why they set up the quarantine at the Cirque. Neither had I. Not until they showed up on our doorstep. They seem to be some kind of altruistic society dedicated to helping the afflicted of Morrowind. Now that I think about it, they did have an awful lot of weapons for a group of healers.
Unresponsive. Trust this one.
You come to fight.